Hey, what's up, socialites? Welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
Coming up, I'm going to be in Boston on October 4th. I want to see you there. And then I'm going to be in Winnipeg and Atlantic City, Newark, Portland, Maine, Toronto, Chicago, Atlanta. Every first Wednesday at the Comedy Store in LA, we have My Straight Friends. My Straight Friends is now officially in the New York Comedy Festival. And also, My Straight Friends is every once in a while in Seattle. There's a bunch coming up. You should come to those too. Get your tickets for all of these at thejoedombrowski.com. Yeah.
And I will be in New York City this week. Then I will be in Poughkeepsie. Then I'll be in Raleigh. Then Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Rochester, Long Island, Manasquan, Chandler, Arizona, and San Diego, California. Get your tickets at GaspareRandazzo.com. Joe, someone said that I say Long Island.
You do. Long Island.
They said they spelled it LAWG and,
Yeah, you do.
Long Island. There's
a couple other things. When I hear them in this episode, I'll call out when I hear your New Yorkisms. Listen, what's you ever been to Pottstown, Pennsylvania?
I have a show there.
What's the venue called?
You're thinking of Soul Joe's is in Pottstown.
Yeah. Is that where you're at?
No, I'm at another venue that the guy from the band, the Bloodhouse Gang. Remember the Bloodhound Gang?
Oh my God, shut up. Yeah, what about him?
He owns a venue. He just opened up a comedy club in Pottstown.
Isn't Bloodhound Gang you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
And then that's it.
And that's it?
I don't think they had,
Dude, we need to resurrect that song. Sweat, baby, sweat, baby. Sex is a kind of that you turn me on like Mr. Coffee with your automatic drip. You show me yours, I'll show you
Bad Touch, that's you and me, baby. And then I don't know any of these other songs.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So this place, Pottstown, has multiple comedy clubs?
So this place that I'm doing it's a music venue that they then are trying to bring comedy into.
All right.
So I was like, cool. Anyway. Joe, I got to tell you something.
Tell me, guys.
I had a cold, right? Well, it was strep. And so it was an upper respiratory infection. Then it was like, she's like, you have a little strep, you have a little ear infection, like it's the start of everything. So she gave me a Z-Pack and she's like, take this, you'll clear it up, right? So I took it. I've never finished. You know what a Z-Pack is, right?
And drink from it. This is my blood.
Do you know what a Z-Pack is?
Isn't it just like a pack of pills that you got to take in sequential order?
So it's like
or something?
a little pack. It comes with like 7 pills, and they say like day 1, day 2. Then you take day 1, there's 2 pills. Day 2, there's 1 pill, and they're like different dosages. So it's basically like comes in strong and weans you off, right? I didn't realize that. So I can't swallow pills. So on day 1, I just chewed my way through one pill.
Watching Gaspare swallow a pill, it's like watching a toddler try to eat hard food for the first time. Like, it is the most embarrassing. Like, watching Gaspare try to eat a pill makes me want to be like, I don't think I can be friends with you, first of all. And second of all, you're a permanent teenager. You eating a pill proves to me that your development stopped at 16.
Well, anyway, so I'm chewing my way through the first one. I can't swallow the second one. I'm like, whatever.
The next one, the Z-Pack pills?
I couldn't get down. I asked for liquid. They said they didn't have it.
Let's just shove them up your ass.
I've done that too. I told you that story, right? When I had to run and I jumped on the chair, tried to get it up. It didn't go in. It was suppository or some shit. Anyway, so I don't know how you guys do it. So I get the pill and I'm like, all right, I can't do this. So the next day I take the other pill. I'm like, all right. And then by the end of the day, I was like, I kind of feel better. So I was done, right?
No.
So then
you were just not going to take the rest of the Z-Pack?
I've never taken a full Z-Pack. So then
that is the problem, though. That's the problem.
I'm cured.
But do you know that? Do you know that?
So my
You
close
know what I'm
friend
saying?
Kim,
At least admit that you know that it's wrong. At
I've
least admit
never
it.
in my life finished any
Gaspar,
bottle of medication, and
you
I've never
you
gotten re
have,
sick.
but
It's
it's
not
like
true.
you have to. It's like antibiotic. Like you can't just like be done.
I've never.
That's how medicine becomes like resistant.
Never in my 35 years of life, I've never finished out. Like once I feel better, the medicine's over. It's always
No,
my
Gaspar,
MO.
that you're the problem on society. This is why we're
So
gonna get super strains of gonorrhea.
so then my friend Kim that I teach with, right? She's she's my close. I've told you a lot of stories about her. I'm like, Kim, I'm like, I feel great now. And she's like, I'm really sick. I said, take the rest of my Z-Pack. So I gave her days 4, 5, and 6. So she didn't realize we didn't realize that the pills were numbered. So now she's taking the rest of the Z-Pack and she's like, I don't know, it's not doing shit. Then we realized that it's just this low dose day 4, day 5. So I was like, oh, Kim, I'm like,
Oh
just
my God,
combine
they
the day
let you
6 and
two
7.
fucking
I was
people
like,
teach these
combine
children.
6 and 7. It's probably the strength of 1. So now we're in the office at work cutting the pills like crackheads. And I'm chewing my way through
Hold on. Not like crackheads.
But she feels better and so do I. So everyone got
Oh,
cured.
you're gonna get
And then
strep again in like a day.
she's like, my daughter's not feeling good. I'm like, you want me to cut out some more? She's like, no, I'm taking her to the doctor.
So I got a crazy story for you. I was kind of like loosely dating this guy in college, and he had like a cut like on his lip, and he kept being like, "Oh yeah, it's like from a snowboarding accident." He's like, "It's like from a snowboarding accident or whatever." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So then he was like, "Oh no, I don't want to like make out like I got like this cut above my lip." I'm like, "I don't really care."
Want to make
You know what I mean? What?
Oh,
What'd
you
you say?
like, I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really care. So I was like, okay, it's like you got like a little cut, like whatever. It looked like it was scabbed over. So we're like making out or whatever for like a couple days. And then like I started to get like some like crusty thing on my above my lip. And I was like, oh, this is weird. And I was looking at it, and I like scrape it off. And then it would come back like within like a couple hours. I was like, oh, what the fuck? This is coming back. And he's like, oh yeah, like my doctor gave me some medicine for my wound that I got when I went snowboarding. Like, just use some of this. And I was like, no, this is weird how this like keeps coming back. Like, and he was like very persistent, like, just use this, just use this, just use this. And I was like, no, I'm like gonna go to the doctor and see what this is. Like, you hurt yourself snowboarding, and you got your medicine for that, and now it's going away. Like, a snowboarding accident just doesn't keep coming back when you wipe it off your face. Right. So I didn't even think, Gaspar, that I was getting transferred something, because he told me he got hurt in a snowboarding accident. That's just a scab that clears and goes away. Then this keeps coming back. I'm like, I have something different. So I go to the doctor, and she like looks at her. She's like, have you been like kissing somebody? I was like, yeah. And she's like, this is, hold on. This is called impetigo. Do you know what that is?
Impetigo?
Yeah. Impetigo.
No.
It's a fucking flesh-eating bacteria that if I hadn't gone untreated, she's like, if you didn't come here, this would have eaten away your whole face. It's like, are you fucking serious? She's like, yeah, and you 100% like got this from like kissing. It's super contagious, like on skin contact. And I was like, what the hell? And she's like, it's for sure from somebody you're kissing. And it looks like this, and it's like a yellowish scab. And I was like, oh my God, he's been fucking lying to me. This wasn't like a cut from his snowboarding. He's got this fucking thing. So I don't have the fucking the money to get the medicine, because I didn't have the money for the copay or whatever. So I was just like, do you have this? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, is that what your medicine is for? He's like, yeah. I go, give me the rest of your fucking medicine. And then I just like took his medicine and I put it on myself. And then I was like, I'm fucking done with you. You piece of shit.
That guy's still walking around
Give
with
me a
those scabs.
fucking
He's like,
face-eating bacteria, you
how did
stupid
he
fuck.
get it?
I don't even know. I didn't even ask. I don't
Once
even
the
want
snowboard
to.
hit him, it probably opened up his mouth.
Oh, so weird. You were snowboarding in Cancun? Are you kidding me? It was disgusting. He was
Uh,
trash. That
I
was the trashiest shit in the
I
world.
don't know. I remember like looking back at things and like I remember this girl in high school. She had these crusty ass gross lips, and she was so gross. And she was sitting behind me once. I was a freshman, and I was like to her, I said, "Oh, my lips are so chapped," and she's like, "You know the best way to get rid of chapped lips, right?" And I'm like, "How?" I'm like, "Chapstick?" She's like, "No, kissing someone." And she leaned in to kiss me, but her lips were like as if she was like out in a blizzard, like just
Oh
only her lips were
no.
out. Like her face was covered, but just her lips were like that. And the blizzard was just destroying her lips. And I was like, ugh, I froze and like she got close. And I still like remember it was like sandpaper. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to kiss anybody. Like I didn't know what to say. Like I didn't want to kiss her and I
Yeah,
would have kissed anybody.
that's crazy.
Um,
Hey guys, you know what? I love deals. Deals, deals, deals on wheels. And I got a good one for you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Listen, it has to be easy to take a deal, right? If there's work involved, I don't want it. And I want a deal that has no hoops and no bullshit. So I recently heard about Mint Mobile, and they said it was easy to go wireless for $15 a month with a purchase of a 3-month plan. So I called them. I took them up on it. And it turns out that it really is easy to get wireless for $15 a month. Honestly, the longest part of the process was the time that I spent on hold waiting to break up with my old provider. Truthfully, to start things off, go to mintmobile.com/social studies. There, you'll see that right now, all 3-month plans are only $15 a month, including the unlimited plan. All plans come with high speed data and unlimited talk to text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan, and you can even bring your phone number along with you with all your existing contacts. Find out how easy it is to switch to Mint Mobile and get 3-month premium wireless service for $15 a month. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/social studies. That's mintmobile.com/social studies. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month with mintmobile.com/social studies. $45 upfront payment is required, which is the equivalent to a $15 a month payment. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes and fees and restrictions do apply. See mintmobile.com for details.
Speaking of also like younger, like things we do when we were younger, yesterday someone sent me a picture that I grew up with, and she's like,
I
"Oh, look at
saw.
this picture from eighth grade prom." So I posted it, and I'm like, "Oh, here I am, my high school prom." Do you know how many people messaged me and they're like, "No
Asking
fucking
if
way,
that
you look
was
so
a middle
young."
school dance.
No, they think that I really looked that young at my high school prom. I'm like, look at the picture. I'm 10. I'm
Wait, it
fucking
wasn't your high
10.
school prom?
Are you serious? I'm freaking 10 years old in the picture. Look at it.
I gotta say, I have to say, and Gas, I say this with so much love and so much respect. You do look like, like some of those guys who are like freshmen in high school, but they still look like they're in like 6th or 7th grade. I feel like that was probably you.
No, I was um I was a normal looking teenager
To who?
to everybody. I had a facial hair, a
You
full
had facial
beard.
hair?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I had a
I was just
goatee. I thought I was the
what did I
coolest.
have? Oh, I didn't have facial hair
I
yet.
had, I had a
But
chin strap. Oh, I thought I was so cool.
I had a faux hawk with it blonde
Oh, I had a
tipped in the middle.
Botox for sure. I didn't have
Yeah.
the blonde tip, so I wonder which one of us was the gay one.
Which one of us performed Instinct's Bye 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 at a concert? I mean, at a
Or
talent show.
I fell down the craziest rabbit hole I think I've ever fallen down. Okay.
You tell.
I I started my Reddit journey this week. Got very into Reddit. I'm
Okay.
noticing I've never really done Reddit. I've just gone on it to like read someone's like grandma's peach cobbler recipe or some shit, right? But I've been posting a lot of my stand up on there because there's tons of communities for stand up comedy and people who want to consume comedy. So I'm like growing a demographic and like exposing myself to more people who are kind of like into what I'm putting out there. Cool.
Yeah, like my brother gets like all his stand up from Reddit. Like he's like loves Reddit for like how people view Instagram. My brother does that for Reddit, which I find so strange. But he's like, yeah,
It's
there's
kind of
millions of us.
it's cool.
He
It's
said
really
it's
cool.
grown
Like
ups.
once it is for sure. Okay, and like even like the insults on there, half the time uh I'm not even mad just because you said it so cleverly. Rather, it's like I posted this one clip. You know that clip where I'm like, there's that super drunk lady at my show, and she's like, I have a pet, a crazy pet. Okay. That clip does fine on Instagram, great on Reddit, TikTok. It's all these people like, you're bullying her. How dare you? Comedy is not making fun of people. I'm like, I'm not making fun of her. I'm having fun with her. She's in on the joke. Do you know how comedy works? And then I go to these people's TikTok accounts and they're like 17, 15. They like don't
Yeah.
understand joking. Anyway, it's so fucking annoying. So Reddit is not that. Anyway, so I have a couple jokes that are like super, super, super teaching specific. So I'm like, I'm not going to post this to just the stand up forums because it's almost some of these old jokes are so teacher specific that people who are just general stand up fans are probably going to be like, oh, what the fuck on this, right? So I'll take a clip and I was looking around for like a teacher page on Reddit to post it to, right? And I found this page that was called like, it's called Teachers Gone Wild. What do you think off that name? Like, what's probably in there?
It's gonna be the corniest people in the world.
Cool. Okay. What else? What
Like
else do you
it's
think's probably
because
in
like
there?
teacher, if you're actually a teacher gone wild, you're not calling yourself teacher gone wild. You're just fucking wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So like these are teachers who are like, I'm going wild. I'm not grading this weekend. Like that's what
Right.
I'm thinking.
Right. I'm thinking that. I'm thinking like maybe a couple like sad videos of a teacher like freaking out on the kids or something like that. Like this is what I'm thinking is in there, right? You go into it and it's all real teachers, Gasper, taking naked pictures of themselves like in the staff bathroom. And I know it's real because I know that you motherfucker, you guys, he instantly picked up his phone, like
No,
instantly.
I'm curious. You're not curious? Teachers gone wild?
Yeah, on Reddit. And it is just like real like naked in their classrooms. It
I
is
don't really know how to use Reddit though, so I don't even know how to find whatever it
here.
is.
Want me to send it
It's
to
a
you?
community.
Yes, it's crazy.
I was like big into like Reddit when like the TV show was out, like when the
The
Trust was
TV
out,
show. Oh,
when because
right.
like a lot of things were posted on Reddit, so like it was like kind of like that's where I would go to read, like where they'd be like, let's rank the cast of the Trust, let's do this, let's do that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually was on Reddit a lot when you were on the Trust too. I was just like reading what people had to say about you. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
like it's just
But
cool because like Instagram, all that stuff's hard to find, but like Reddit's like, here's everything about it. Anyway, go ahead.
so like just I cannot imagine posting anything to that. Like insane, right? Like Gasper, aren't these people afraid that they're gonna get caught?
But why
Like I
they're
that's
posting it
probably part
but
of it, right?
but here's the thing. Are they posting it themselves? Or is like, are they sending like a sexy picture to someone and they're like, fuck this bitch. I'm gonna post this on this website.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that there's probably some of that, but there are people who it's like multiple and it's like every day they post like a new one and it is just
But look, there's
why and some of
tons
them
of
even show
people.
like Most of them don't show their face, but some of them show like nose down.
But like, there are tons of people who like live this teacher like fantasy, not like they want to see it, like where they're pretending to be teachers, you know?
Mhm.
Like there's so many people that like pretending online to be teachers as like a fetish thing, you know? So like that's the thing. Like maybe they're just fucking have a friend who works in a school and is sneaking them in. Like, I don't know. I just don't see any scenario where as a teacher, you're like, I'm going to risk my whole career to go. Not only are you, it's not like you're a porn star, you're posting it on Reddit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so what are you getting out of that? A few upvotes? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like wild.
Joe, you know what I like doing the most?
What do you like doing?
I like breathing.
Hell yeah.
Do you know why I like breathing, Joe? Because breathing is the most essential act of our bodies.
Breathe in and breathe in and breathe in and breathe in.
It's why congestion, sinuses, allergies, and colds take such a big toll on our well-being. Joe, a few weeks ago, I had a cold. It lasted for like 2.5 weeks. Nasal hygiene is actually very important, and it's not really part of our everyday routines, but it should be. Okay? Because when you're congested, it's hard to focus. It's hard to think. People are snoring. People can't sleep. That's why I have been loving my Navage nasal care unit. It makes breathing easier. And I'm trying to make it part of my daily routine. Just like when I brush my teeth every day, now I'm hooking up the Navage, shooting that water in and getting that mucus out. Okay?
Hell yeah.
So, Joseph, Navage believes that every breath you take should feel effortless. Plus, it's drug-free and uses 99.9% pure saline salt pods. There's no medicinal side effects. It works. This is what you want to do. You want to be using it every day. It clears you out. You start the day better. You have a better day. So start breathing easier today. Order the Navage Starter Pack. It comes with everything you need to get started. And trust us, you will love this. Our listeners get a free cleaning kit as a gift, but only when you order through our exclusive URL, navage.com/social, and use our promo code social. Again, to order your Navage and free cleaning kit. And for full product details, go to navage.com/social. That's promo code social at navage.com/social. All right, guys. So, yeah, I don't know why people do these things, but whatever their reason is, I hope that Reddit makes them famous enough that when they lose their job as a teacher, they can go and Reddit and get people to vote for them. All right. Hey, so this is from a Patreon member. You too can become a Patreon member at
Patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast.
Okay, so first year teacher here. I listen to the podcast almost every day on the way to work. I absolutely adore you two, and I've been listening for several years now. I've been working in education for a few years while going back to school to become a teacher, and listening to you two is the best thing to decompose after a school day because I'm always cracking up. And you
Decompose, Gaspare.
decompress.
She's not going to decompose. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love a good decomposing.
I love a good to decompose. I smell like shit and I do nothing about it.
Wait,
My mushrooms going on my dick.
We opened up a filing cabinet in my classroom, right? Now, mind you, hasn't been used all summer. Probably hasn't been used for a while before that. We opened up this filing cabinet. Joe, there was an upgrow of mold.
What do you mean an upgrow?
I made that word up, but like picture like a crystal cave, right? And the caves, they crystallize and they fall down, and then the stalagmites or whatever, they start like morphing towards each other. The mold was growing up in the middle of a file cabinet. It must have been a mouse probably took a shit in the middle of the filing cabinet. Then mold grew and it was lifting itself to the top. So like my friend came, she's like, throw the whole fucking dresser, the whole filing cabinet out.
Seriously.
Like, throw it out. So I was like, no, I was like, we had a bunch of folders. I said, just crush it with the folders and tape it. She's like, the mold will spread under the folders. Are you crazy? So
yes,
I Windexed it.
Windexed it.
Whatever. That's all we had. It doesn't matter. All right. But anyway, so our file cabinet is decomposing as well. So thank you, Patreon member, for decomposing with us. All right.
God, I hope you make it to 45.
I'm going to live forever. People like me always live forever, they say, especially if I keep taking my Z-Packs.
Yeah.
The best was when Kim took it and she looks at the pill and she goes, this says day 6. And I'm on my first day. And I was like, shit, just take 2 of them.
Ugh, you're crazy. You're crazy.
All right. So here's my nightmare come true. I am trying to get music on for my, oh, this is really funny. I read this morning. Here's my nightmare come true. I'm trying to get my music on for my students during quiet time. So I sign into Spotify on my laptop. I'm connecting to the Promethean board, and all of a sudden I hear Gaspar's voice booming through my whole classroom. I am immediately panicking because who the hell knows what's going to come out of your mouth at any given moment.
Literally.
Instead of simply pressing pause on my laptop, which was directly in front of my space, I sprint across the room to the board and I hit the power button, not knowing that it only blacks out the screen, not the sound. Panicking even more now, I'm frantically smashing the volume button to lower it when Gaspar goes, shit. The entire room went completely silent, and I turn around to see giggling faces staring at me. I'm sure my face was as red as a tomato when I was finally able to pause it and say to my first graders, well, that was unexpected. Let's get back to work now. At least that's what I hope I said. I'm not sure though, because I totally blacked out to being completely mortified. I have yet to receive a contact about it, but will be passing out every time I get an email for the next several days. But at least he didn't say COCK. Am I right?
They know us.
Then she said, please, for the love of Chappelle Rowan. Who's that?
Chapel Rowan, and what you just did was a hate crime.
What? She said, don't use my name, but she did say, for the love of Chappelle Rowan. So can't wait to see Joe when he comes to my city.
I can't wait to see you when I come to your city. Did she say what city?
No. What's Chapel Rome?
Chapel Roan is like the biggest singer of right now. She just won Best New Artist at the VMAs. She's like a gay icon. I don't know what else to tell you besides you're living under a rock. I feel like we've talked about this on the podcast before.
No, we talked about Frank by the Ocean and Billie Eilish and all them. I never heard of Chapel Rome.
I feel like we talked about Chapel Roan too, though.
What?
I feel like we talked about Chapel Roan too, though.
Is it a male, a female, or
female?
Not going to get a rise out of me. I don't care.
Okay.
No, not about the male or female. Joe has a wig on all of a sudden. Joe's looking like California Joe. You
California
definitely have
Joe,
that hairstyle.
or like, do I look like a lesbian? I literally typed in to Google or Amazon. I typed in lesbian wig, and this is what I got.
Why? You needed a wig, or you just wanted one?
No, I needed a wig, but I also.
What'd you need a wig for?
A sketch I was doing like a long ass time ago. How is this so lesbian?
It actually looks really real.
Do I look like I'm about to go to the batting cages?
I don't know. It looks good. I personally think it looks great.
Thanks, guys.
But
okay.
You look like you're in the Beach Boys. Are you a Beach Boys fan?
Yeah, I fucking love the Beach Boys. Can't get enough.
For real?
Nom, nom, nom.
Okay. No, do you like the Beach Boys?
Love the Beach Boys. Are you kidding? I love the Beach Boys, bro.
Dude, first off, the Beach Boys would never respond like that to the question of the Beach Boys.
I love the Beach Boys.
You didn't watch Lost, right?
No.
You look just like one of the guys from Lost. Look up Charlie from Lost. You look exactly like him. It's actually freaky. For those of you at home, Joe is just straight
watch
voguing.
on YouTube. Well,
Joe's just voguing himself into the camera.
I'm not voguing.
That's a thing now, they say.
What is that? What does it mean?
Voguing's like when you're like feeling yourself, like you're looking good. They'll be like, "Oh, you're voguing," like you voguing or something like that.
Wow.
Well, I was gonna say about the Beach Boys. Do you know that? You know Charles Manson, right?
The serial killer?
Well, the cult leader, he didn't, whatever.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
the guy who got a lot of people killed with at his command. Do you know he's connected with the Beach Boys?
Shut up. Tell me everything.
So, if my memory serves correctly, which it 90% of the time does, one time Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys was hitchhiking and was with a girl and or was driving, and Charles Manson was hitchhiking, and they picked him up in California, and they ended up hanging out, and they like really got along, and they went back to Brian Wilson's house, and Brian Wilson had like drugs and women everywhere, and Charles Manson's like, this is fucking awesome, and they became like best friends. And Charles Manson used to be a musician. He was like a failed musician, and he like was like really pissed off at the Beach Boys for a long time because like stuff about like he felt like they didn't include him when he was like part of the crew. Crazy, right?
Wow. That is
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know any of this. They really kept that under wraps.
No, it's pretty big. It's big. If you look up Beach
wish I
Boys,
knew.
Charles Manson, what?
Fucking love the Beach Boys, bro. Okay. I was gonna tell you something. I was gonna tell you that I have an email from a fan. Are you ready?
But I think
It's
you're
called
misconstruing who the Beach Boys are.
It's called What's Scissoring.
Oh,
Hi, Joe and
I'm
Gas.
also very curious.
Love you guys and listen to you every week on my commute to work. Joe, I was at your Irvine show tonight and you crushed it. My first ever comedy show. It was so
I
fun.
love that.
A little background. I brought a really good friend who is relatively PG. So I was a little worried that she might be uncomfortable during some of the more colorful jokes, but she actually loved you. You definitely have a fan now. The antidote. When you landed the scissor lesbian joke, when you landed the scissoring lesbian joke, and if you know, you know, come to the show, get your tickets at thejoedombrowski.com, and the room bust into laughter, my friend stopped, looked at me, and very loudly asked me, "What's scissoring?" I almost died. When she kept prodding, I shook my head and said that I couldn't tell her in public and had to explain to her on the drive back with hand gestures because she just wasn't understanding it. Thanks for a wonderful, fun, and memorable evening. I cannot wait to see you live again. Lots of hugs to both of you, and maybe one day I can see Gaspare live too. Please, God, do not say my name.
Wait,
I actually think
where
I
was this
met
in Irvine?
person in Irvine. I was just in Irvine this past weekend.
So what's the male equivalent of scissoring? Is it hammering? Like what did you No. I guess you wouldn't do that act because then aren't you just rubbing gooches together? Or like your balls? Why?
The sentence, "Aren't you just rubbing gooches together?" is the funniest, most erotic thing I've heard in a long time.
No, but now I'm
Wow.
just thinking about it.
I think actually, Gasper, the equivalent to scissoring would probably be sword fighting.
All right, the episode's over.
I love how you curiously get yourself into a point of uncomfortable.
I'm curious because like I want to know, but then I'm like, nah, I don't really want to know.
No, you're good. You guys, that's a social studies podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in week after week after week. Come see me live and learn about scissoring at thejoedombrowski.com.
Come see me live. You could ask me all questions about males intercoursing with other males. I won't have answers, but you can ask, and I'll ask Joe for you. Thanks for coming, guys. Come see us on the road. GaspareRandazzo.com.
Bye.